Okay, Rich Fantasso here with you, giving you the recap of Game 3 between the San Antonio Spurs and Oklahoma City Thunder. San Antonio coming out on top 196. They take a 2-1 series lead. Again, it's been the forward play, as it's been most of the playoffs, for the San Antonio Spurs, especially in Game 1. We saw it. In Game 2, we even saw LaMarcus Aldridge was going off. In this one, Aldridge went for 24 points, 8 rebounds. Kawhi Leonard, 31 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. Aldridge and Leonard both had a block and a steal apiece. Aldridge was 8 of 21 shooting. Kawhi Leonard, 9 of 17 shooting. That's a combined 17 of 38, just under 50% from the floor between the two of them. The team shot 43.4%, but they shot 10 of 19, which is 52.6% from downtown. Oklahoma City did make 10 three-pointers, but it took them 11 more shots. Altogether, they shot 34 of 82, 41.5%. Leading the way for the Oklahoma City Thunder, wait, you're going to be surprised by this one, Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant. Wow, yeah, I know, it's stunning. 31 for Westbrook on 10 of 31 shooting, which isn't great. Kevin Durant, 26 on 10 of 18 shooting. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to talk about Russell Westbrook and his shot selection. I didn't really see any bad shots that he was taking. He was missing a few, but some of them weren't great. He did have a costly turnover at one point. But again, this Russell Westbrook is one of the top players, if not the top player in the NBA, so I'm not going to ever hold him really responsible. Sometimes you have to shoot, especially when the offense is designed the way that it is in Oklahoma City. It's Westbrook and Durant and nothing else. Now, we've talked about how much of a problem this is. These guys are good enough to carry a team to a finals. That doesn't mean that it will happen, though. Just because you are good enough to do something doesn't mean that other teams can't prevent it and other teams aren't good enough to win as well. So, people are going to talk about Russell Westbrook taking the amount of shots as he did. I don't see it as a problem because you leave a majority of your offense between these two guys. And it's not like Durant still got 18 shots. So, should he be shooting 13 times more than Durant? I was watching it. I thought San Antonio was doing a pretty good job on defense, preventing Durant from getting the ball. And if they're going to do that, Westbrook has really no other choice. Tony Parker for the Spurs did chip in with 19 points, 50% all around, 7 of 14 from the floor, 3 of 6 from three-point land. The bench, an area I thought that Oklahoma City might have an advantage. Neither team was anything spectacular. David West led the way for the San Antonio Spurs with 7 points. Altogether, they had 16 points off the bench. The Oklahoma City Thunder had 18 points off the bench. Enes Kanter led the way with 8 points, but only 3 guys scored off the bench. For Oklahoma City, 4 guys did for San Antonio. Tim Duncan, nothing really of note, only played 14 minutes. We may be witnessing the end of Tim Duncan. I thought he was going to, come back to life in the playoffs. It just hasn't happened. So we'll see what happens with him, obviously, the rest of the way, and then moving into the offseason. If this is his last year, he certainly hasn't made any announcements. Now, moving forward, clearly Oklahoma City is in pretty dire straits right now. They're down 2-1. People would say, well, it's a 2-1 deficit. Well, I mean, San Antonio, like we said, they only had to win one game at most in Oklahoma City, and they've done it. Oklahoma City now essentially has to win. They cannot lose at home again, and they're going to have to find a way to win another one in San Antonio against the Spurs team that only lost one home game all season long. And that was to the Warriors team when San Antonio wasn't even really putting their best foot forward, so to speak. So, Oklahoma City, hey, I said it once they won Game 2. I picked them to win the series in 7, only winning that Game 7 on the road. And I said after Game 2, if you're going to pick a game to win, you might not want it in Game 2 because you got to essentially win out at home. And they were not able to do so, and they obviously won't be able to do so in this series. So San Antonio, hats off to them again. Moving forward, Serge Ibaka has really got to try to limit LaMarcus Aldridge. And Kevin Durant, he can neutralize Kawhi Leonard by basically matching him point for point, or should be able to outscore Kawhi Leonard. He didn't tonight, so that's a problem. Kevin Durant's not really going to be able to stop Kawhi Leonard that much. They can do it as a team collectively. But Kevin Durant, that's where he needs to make up for it, is outscoring Kawhi Leonard. When he gets outscored by Kawhi Leonard, they're going to have problems. And they did tonight. and they were not able to get the win. So tomorrow we have Toronto and Miami. That series tied at 1 game apiece, and then Golden State against Portland. Looks like Steph Curry's going to be out for that game. So we will give you the recap of those tomorrow. Be sure to stay tuned for that. Thank you all so much.